What's up everyone? Before we get started on our video today, I just want to talk to you guys about Nanoleaf. Nanoleaf is basically a company that does sell a lot of beautiful LED lights for you guys to customize. But not only you guys can customize these LED lights yourself, you can use it on your phone. You can remotely just wirelessly just tell them like literally what color they should be, what pattern they should go to. And also you can also build them up like Legos as well. Basically you can make them into a heart, you can make them into a mountain that I've seen in these videos. Basically it's literally basically Lego plus LED lights like these guys, but less boring and more fun to be able to customize in your own room if you want to give your room that kind of like vibrant feeling basically. And if you guys do want to support more with the channel, click on my description below. 10% goes towards the channel as well basically. So if you guys are interested buying these products, I know I am, I'm gonna buy one too because of the fact that it can also be used to stream as well basically for you guys in the chat to be able to tinker with. If you guys do want to support the channel, link is in the description below basically. Well, without further ado, I'm not going to waste more of you guys' times. I'll see you guys in the video. So if you guys been veterans to my channel, you know I do a lot of RTS guides in this game for beginners. But what if there's an RTS game that gets you back in time to the history of the Roman Empire basically, and you can determine its fate? Well, introducing Rome 2 Total War. It's a game based on that. You can play as the Romans, the Bactrians, the Massilians, Egyptians, or even the Spartans. But the only thing is, will you let Rome fall, or you let it to rise to power? Welcome everyone, I am JK, and this is a Land Units Guide. So before we get into the types of units in this game, I want you guys to know about the different weight classes for each of them. First, we're starting off with the light units, basically represented by the circle here as you can see here. The medium units are the rhombus symbol, and the heavy units the same thing, as a rhombus. And the squares represent the very heavy or super heavy infantries. And as you can see here, light infantries are faster than heavy infantries, but heavy infantries are stronger than light. So the first units are the melee infantries. These guys are basically your frontline soldiers, or depending what classes they are, they're basically your aggressive units, your flanking units basically. These guys are strong against missiles, spear infantries, and missile infantries at close range combat, but their weaknesses are missile infantries, charging shock and melee cavalry, and their low defense unlike the next unit. The spear infantries are your anti-horse infantry units basically. If you can't tell what they are, if you just look at the weapons. There you go. See? I got you some good stuff. Well, these guys are not stabbing horses in the butt. They're great frontline units because of their high defense, and they're pretty good at going against missile infantries and close range combat. And since these guys are Spartans, they'll win every single time. Unless they're being charged by melee units and they're in a prolonged fight. Look at this. Yeah. Real history this is, I think. If you guys ever wanted to grow your spear size or your PP size many times before, you can probably use the spear infantry. The spear infantries are highly defensible and highly strong against any other units. In the fronts, they're strong against even the elephants, chariots, and cavalry basically. And even the heavy infantries will have a hard time going to the front. The only way to you can dispose these guys are probably using missiles infantry, which they're pretty weak at basically, or you can do charges like I'm doing, either at the rear, the flanks, or you can get them unprepared while they're trying to position their pikes either on the sides or in the rear when somebody's charging against them basically. Since these guys have long pikes, they cannot have a lot of mobility. If you guys ever want to throw junk at your X's or just your enemy troops basically, then you want to go with the slingers. The slingers have large ammunitions, they are light infantry, they're equipped with a shield to even deal with the most incompetent of fools sometimes. They cannot be in prolonged fights against infantry or even cavalry that's charging against them, and they're pretty weak at close range basically, so be careful of that and bring some back with them. If you guys need another unit to take out these pesky little turret slingers, that will be with the archers. These guys are all-rounder against other missile infantries, and they got enough armor piercing damage in order to go up against light infantries and even medium infantries at majority of the time. But be careful with the heavy infantries spear infantries, and including with calves. Calves are always strong against missile infantries. You do not want to get them close to any form of cav at all. The javelin men are the strongest of all the missile infantries. They have a high fire rate, they're strong against war elephants and heavy infantries, but they do lack the ammunition and close range combat, and even they have the lack of range as well, so they will not be able to go up against archers or even slingers at long range. They have to get in close, so be careful with these guys. Moving on to the first type of cavalry is the melee cavalry. These guys will be fast enough to run down missile infantry and are pretty good against light infantry. In some occasions they could be strong against heavy infantries, but that's only when you can flank them or you can charge them in the rear when you get a good charge in. They are weak against pike and spear infantries with the pointy stick at the ends like they said, and missile infantry at long range, but at close range though. The missile cavalries come in two forms: skirmish cavalry, which use javelins, they have a shorter range, and archer cavalries, which have longer range. They're strong against melee and shock cavalry, and all weight classes of infantry basically. Because of the fact they're outstanding speed, these guys are able to endeavor and to be able to skirmish off against any other units, and to be able to run away just in time, to be able to guerrilla tactics all over the place, just like a little baby trying to bother his mother and to run away from him just in time. And he's fast about it too. They're ripping your ass. They'll be behind you and bending you over like there's no tomorrow, and they're literally gonna be like the Flash. They're there and you will not see them ever again. The only weakness for these guys will be, like this example, missiles at long range, and spears and pike infantry like before any other cav. So these guys are probably...
The battle is turning in our favor.
Oh, never mind. Moving on to the next unit will be the shock cavalry. You're kind of like bulldozer kind of cavalry. With their two lances, they're excellent with their charge damage. They're strong against melee charges, chariots, and as always, missile infantry as well basically. But they lack any form of defense basically, so keep these guys out of danger of missiles, pike infantry, and spear infantry. Kind of like this example when these spear infantries are just bracing for impact. Just look at this, like, oh shoot. I thought they were going to go through like Rohan. Everyone relax, be quiet, calm down, we got this, we need more money, but we won't need to just hold yourself. The next units we're going to be talking about are the war elephants, and they're... wait. The frick? You guys hear that? The hell is going on? These types of units are able to scare off any type of units, giving them a morale debuff. They're strong against cavalry, chariots, and melee infantry, just like this example with this little smurf. These guys are basically Dumbo on steroids basically. Make sure you keep rolling them around, as a lot of the units around them will take damage, but be careful to not have them go berserk. Because of the fact that you will not have control over them, and they will damage your units if they charge against you. They're weak against pike and spear infantry and infantries that have javelins on them. Wow, shoot. Pete's gonna have your ass for this. The next units on the line are the chariots. These guys are your fast and furious in ancient times basically. They're strong against missile infantry, melee cav, and can create havoc in the flanks, although they're not really good at charging at the front, so make sure you guys keep moving them from behind, because this is the worst examples I can give you, just like this. Yep, I paid 1,000 coins for you, and you cannot do nothing. This is great. Like, what is this small piece? War dogs or war hounds are strong against missile infantry, light infantry, rear attacks, and catching cavalry on the side basically. So if you want, you can basically spam these guys.
1 hour later.
Swordsman, I don't think this is a good idea. You're killing all these freaking dogs. Please stop it now, or else I'm gonna call PETA on the line. Antifa's gonna be on your ass for this, for abusing all these animals. Alright, let me just type in, okay. Swordsman from Seleucid Empire abuses dogs. No wonder why all dogs are endangered. Before we talk about the artilleries, let's get things straight. There are two types of them. There are the regular artilleries that can move around, and there's the fixed artilleries that cannot move around. They're just stationary there. So let's just get down. Starting out with the scorpions, they're your 50 cows of the ancient Roman history. These guys will be able to go through any kind of infantry units, doesn't matter how heavy or how light they are, they'll still go through them and demolish them. But if you want to go with something a little more better ammunition, you want to go with the fixed Scorpion. These guys are stationary, even though they cannot move, they have more ammunition. So you can just keep going rapid fire on the freaking Roman legionaries, and you know, you're good basically. And third and not least, we're going to go with Ballista. Ballistas are basically more on the sniping range. These guys are more long range than any other artillery groups ever basically. These guys can load in explosive rounds and fire rounds. The giant ballista is basically the bigger version of the ballista, except they're fixed so they cannot go anywhere, but they fixed that with the longest range in the game basically. These guys can literally pack a lot of ammunition and can pack the same rounds as the regular, but in longer range. Next up, we have the Onager, basically your regular smaller catapult, your wild ass as you can say there. If you want to go with more bigger styles though, you want to go with the freaking heavy Onager. These guys are literally, they don't have the same range as giant ballista, but they can do their part by throwing in some rotting cows as well as with flaming and with the other ammunitions. So if you want, spam these guys and let them go work and create what is called democracy. As you can see, you can spam these guys all you like. Welcome to democracy, guys, where all the explosives, weaponry is at. Enjoy it while the rest you can before you're destroyed. Yay, democracy won! So if you like this kind of content, you guys, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below how I did, and I want you guys feedback on these kind of like guide videos basically. And if you guys do want to meet and chat with me, you can go to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JKJustKiddingOfficial. I stream every Thursdays to Saturdays, Thursdays and Fridays from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Saturdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. now Pacific Standard Time. Links will be in the description below, my social medias. And if you guys do need help with RTS games, doesn't matter if you hate the RTS games or if you're just a beginner at them, I do RTS coaching sessions for free basically. So the next 6 people will get it for free basically, and then after that will be basically $10 per month basically. Each time will be around like half an hour or an hour or so, depending how you guys want to like, you know, go for it on each week. You know, an hour for each week or half an hour for each week. That's on you guys. But if you guys do want, you know, the advice, tips, and tricks for it, you guys are welcome to do so. And also, I'll be having an ebook soon, so stay tuned for that. If you do sign up for free, basically, the first 6 people will get the ebook for free basically. So this will teach you how to like play any kind of like RTS games, try to find out the types of units, try to find out like identify the controls, and to see how you can be able to win in each battle. And today's meme for this week is from a guy named Boba. Tattoo artist, what can I do for today? I like Pokemon, but I like drugs too. Don't worry, I got you, Pokemon. That's great. Oh, if you guys have any funny memes, please post it on the Discord channel for next week's video. Without further ado, I'll see you guys soon for the Republic.